If you are seeing this message, I trust it is for a reason. I'm receiving a very specific message from your divine masculine. So this is specifically from a divine masculine for divine feminine. So if you've been waiting to receive a message of confirmation from your person, letting you know that it is your person, I'm going to tune into what this person has to say. And I trust that this is finding you for a reason. So if it has found you, it is for you. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I'm hearing I'm ready. I'm ready to be the person you need me to be. I was scared at first. I was hesitant. There was so much changing for this person. There was so much change in so little amount of time. You've grown so much in such a little amount of time. It feels like you've lived years together and you may have only known this person for months. Maybe you've met a version of this person at another time where nothing was right, like the timing wasn't right, you weren't the best version of yourself or even aware of becoming that, and it just wasn't right. And you didn't expect to meet this person again, or you didn't expect to feel this way about somebody again. This is a very powerful love connection. I don't often use twin flame soulmate energy, or twin flame, the term, but this feels like somebody who is a part of you, somebody who, when you are together, it's as if you are one. It's as if you are one mind. You're able to pick up on each other's feelings. You're able to receive messages from one another. You're having dreams about this person. You're consistently thinking about this person because this person is consistently thinking about you. There's a matching of energy going on right now. It's like as hesitant and as scared as you become because your ego gets in the way from past love connections that you've experienced that have left you hurt or defeated. It also mirrors back to you in this person. So it's like as willing and ready as you are to receive and connect to this love connection, so is this person. I'm hearing there was also, a third or fourth party involved in this connection, or at least in this person's past where the energy was still present. This person has completely released those ties, is what I'm being told, because they don't want it anymore. This person has chosen to move forward with you. They're just considering the best way to come forward and tell you this. They're considering the best way of action. This person is very slow and steady. It's giving me Hierophant energy. This is somebody who likes to take their time because they are sure of this love. So they want to make sure they take the time to nurture this connection. They've never felt the need to do that before. They've also never felt the need to really grow into a better person for somebody before. This person has a lot going on with their family right now. Like the family energy is coming through right now. It's not that, and I'm also here, like they want to introduce you to their family, but they want to make sure the timing is right. Or maybe you've already met this person's family. It's possible, but not very likely. They are ready to move forward in this connection. They are ready to take it to the next level is what's coming through. This person didn't think that they were going to want to get down on one knee for somebody again, and they're not ready for that yet, but it's not as far away as you would think it is. There's going to be a few key points that happen before this comes together for you. This person is going to officially ask you to be theirs, or it's like they're going to affirm to you, like verbally, that you are theirs and that they are not willing to let anybody else have you. It's like it's not toxic possessive, but they want to make sure that you understand that you are theirs. I'm hearing like all consuming, like this person is consumed by thoughts of you is what's coming through. And it's like they don't like it, but they like it. It's like they don't want to like it, but they like it because, you came into this person's life at a time where they needed you most. This person needs you. I feel like that's something that they're not necessarily willing to admit, but this person needs you. You are each other's reward. You are what you both asked for with the Princess of Shells and the Knight of Shells. Yeah, this is fulfillment. This is very romantic energy. I feel like you're going to be receiving a romantic gesture from this person very soon to let you know how much they value you. You're not going to be alone on Valentine's Day. You're going to have somebody with you. You're going to be really enjoying the moment, enjoying 444 as confirmation. As you see 444, this is letting you know that you are going to feel fulfilled in this love connection. This person is going to work to provide for you in the ways that you need. You inspire this person to provide for you. you're going to be able to move into a soft energy, your soft feminine energy, as this person fills the role of masculine energy. It's a very, very sure energy coming through with this connection. And if you feel like this is something, an energy that you want to embody, but you're not quite there yet, and you feel like confirmation call from your person, if you feel like you're ready to embody divine love energy and you want to take your relationship to the next level, you want to be that divine feminine that calls in that powerful masculine energy, I just launched a workbook that I personally used in order to call in my divine soulmate that I am currently with now. So I'm confident it will work for you in the ways that it has worked magic for me. It is also a part of my Mastery Reality class. If you want to have everything that I have put together, that I have worked over the last year in order to provide you with, including learning how to work with tarot and oracle of pure divine energy, as well as candle ritual magic, which has also helped me to call in that true love soulmate. If any of that resonates with you and you feel called to receive guidance from me, you can click the link in my bio to find out more. If not, I'm going to leave you with one final piece of this puzzle, of this love connection. They're not going anywhere. You have to get it out of your head that you're going to be abandoned or left behind from this person, because this person is not leaving you. And I feel like that's going to be the confirmation that you receive. Over the next 1 to 2 weeks before Valentine's Day, you are going to receive the confirmation that this person is not only not going anywhere, but they are going to step forward to you. They're going to step forward and fill that role for you. You can have this love connection. You can experience this true love. You are worthy. You are deserving of experiencing this true love. There is a specific kind of waiting that lives in the chest. Not the impatient kind, not the foot tapping, clock watching kind that knows what it is waiting for and simply wants it to arrive faster. The other kind. The kind that has been waiting for so long that it has almost forgotten it is waiting. That has adjusted itself to the texture of waiting until the waiting started to feel like the permanent condition rather than the temporary one. The kind that has taught itself not to hope too loudly, because hoping loudly has in the past made the eventual silence even harder to bear. You know this waiting. You have been living inside it with more grace than most people would manage. Moving through your days, building your life, becoming more fully yourself, all while carrying this quiet background ache of something that hasn't arrived yet. Something that the most honest part of you has always believed was coming, even when the evidence was thin. And the rational mind kept offering sensible reasons to lower your expectations. The waiting is almost over, and the person on the other side of it has something they need to say. Not something they have been rehearsing for your benefit. Something that has been forming in them the way things form when they are real. Slowly, under pressure, in the private interior of a person who takes their own words seriously enough not to speak them before they are ready to mean them. They have been ready to say it for a while. What they have been working out is not the feeling. The feeling has been clear, but the timing, the way. The approach that honors the weight of what this is. I'm ready. That is what is coming through. Simple, without performance,
without the elaborate vocabulary that people sometimes use to dress up smaller feelings in larger clothes. In larger clothes. Just that. The declaration of someone who was hesitant, who was scared, who've had very good reasons to be both of those things, and who has arrived through whatever internal journey they have been on. At the place where ready is the only honest word left. Let's understand now why the hesitation was real. Because it was. This is not someone who was indifferent or ambivalent or stringing you along with no intention of following through. The fear was genuine, and genuine fear deserves to be understood rather than dismissed. This person has been changed by love before, not gently, significantly. There was someone who was supposed to be safe, who turned out not to be. Unfaithfulness, betrayal, the specific and devastating experience of trusting someone with your full presence and having that trust broken, it leaves marks. Not just on the heart, but on the internal machinery of how a person approaches the next chapter. It installs a caution that operates below the level of conscious decision-making, that surfaces as hesitation, even when the mind is saying yes, as slowness, even when the desire to move forward is genuine. They came to you carrying that. Not as baggage they wanted to deposit with you, not as wounds they expected you to heal, but as the invisible weight that exists in anyone who has loved honestly and been hurt for it. And then you arrived. And something in them, something that had been braced against the next disappointment, began slowly to unclench. The growth that has happened between you is disproportionate to the time. That is perhaps the most disorienting thing about this connection. It has the depth of something years in the making compressed in months. The sense that you have lived whole chapters together. That you understand each other at a level that typically requires much longer to build. That something about being in each other's presence accelerates a kind of mutual knowing that feels less like learning someone new and more like remembering someone known. This is what it feels like when two people's energies are genuinely matched. Not perfectly compatible in the surface sense, not simply sharing interests or agreeing on preferences, but matched at the frequency level, where what one feels resonates in the other, where thinking of each other happens simultaneously because on some level that transcends physical distance. You are in contact. Where dreams carry information. Where the unexplained urge to reach out aligns with the moment the other person needed to be reached. You are not imagining the connection. You are receiving it. There have been other people or other energies that occupied space in this person's life that could have complicated things, past attachments that had not been fully released. the residue of connections that were not concluded cleanly. And for a while, that energy was present, not because they were still invested in it, but because releasing things fully takes time and intention and the willingness to close doors that are easier to leave slightly ajar. Those doors are closed now, not reluctantly, willingly, because whatever was behind them, whatever those previous connections offered or represented, cannot compare to what is in front of them when they look at you. The release was not difficult in the end. It was simply the natural consequences of encountering something real and recognizing with the clarity that real things always bring, that nothing less than real is worth holding onto anymore. Here is the insight that sits at the heart of this entire story, the one that I think carries the most weight when you actually let it land. This person has never wanted to grow for someone before. Not because they were selfish or incapable of growth, but because no one had ever made the growing feel like something other than accommodation. In previous connections, becoming better meant adjusting to what someone else needed, bending toward someone else's expectations, managing the distance between who they were and who the relationship was asking them to be. With you, it is different. The desire to grow that has been emerging in them, and the specific pull toward becoming more patient, more present, more genuinely emotionally available, does not feel like compliance. It feels like aspiration. Like you are not asking them to be something they are not, but are rather holding up a mirror that shows them a version of themselves they actually want to inhabit. That is what you do. Not by trying, by being. And they are both humbled and galvanized by it in a way they were not prepared for. They think about you constantly, and they have complicated feelings about that. There is a part of them, the part that was trained by past pain to be suspicious of intensity, to treat the degree of feeling as a warning sign rather than a good sign, that would prefer to not think about you quite this much. That would prefer the feeling to be manageable, proportionate, something they could observe from a comfortable distance rather than something that has quietly and completely moved in. But underneath that discomfort is something else. Something that, when they are honest with themselves in the quietest moments, feels less like alarm and more like recognition. Like, oh, so this is what this is supposed to feel like. They needed you. Not in the dependent, fragile sense that makes people frightened of their own need. In the deeper sense, the sense of someone whose life was missing something specific, who could feel the absence without quite being able to name it, and who finds that the absence has been filled in a way that changes the entire quality of being alive. They are not entirely comfortable admitting that, but it is true, and it is becoming more true with every day that passes. What is coming soon, in a form that will be unmistakable, is a gesture. Not a grand performance designed for an audience. Something personal. Something that communicates in the specific language of how this person expresses what matters to them. That you are valued in a way that goes beyond the casual. That they see you. That they have chosen you not by default, but by decision. And that they want you to know it in a way that cannot be misinterpreted. After that gesture, and following from the courage required to make it, comes something more formal, more declared. The specific and verbal claiming of this connection as real, as exclusive, as something they are not willing to share or leave undefined. This is not possessiveness in the way that phrase usually carries its weight. It is the expression of someone who takes commitment seriously enough to make it explicit rather than assumed. Who understands that you deserve to be chosen out loud, not just quietly, not just in their own internal certainty, but in words directed at you that leave no room for the uncertainty you may have been living inside. You, yes, you who has been carrying the quiet fear that this might not be as real as it feels, that the ground might shift again, that you might once again find yourself standing in the gap between what you hoped for and what actually happened, are about to receive the confirmation that it is real. Not as a consolation, as evidence. And the fear of abandonment that has been living at the back of all of this, that particular dread that has been shaped by previous experience into something that feels almost predictive. Like a pattern you are doomed to repeat, that fear is going to be addressed directly. Not through reassurance, but through action, through the consistent, undramatic, completely reliable presence of someone who is not building an exit strategy, who is not keeping a safe distance while you close the gap alone, who is moving toward you with the particular determination of someone who knows what they want and is no longer willing to let fear, theirs or yours, be the reason for staying still. This person is not going anywhere. That is the most essential sentence in this entire story. And it will not be delivered as a promise made in a vulnerable moment that later gets complicated. It will be delivered through time, through showing up, through the accumulated weight of someone who keeps choosing you in small ways and large ones until the evidence is undeniable, even to the most cautious and self-protective parts of you. You are worthy of this. That deserves to be said plainly, without decoration. Not worthy in the conditional sense. Not worthy because you have healed enough or grown enough or become a sufficient version of yourself to deserve real love. Worthy in the unconditional sense. As a baseline fact. As something that does not fluctuate based on how well you are doing in any given season. As something that was true before you did a single day of work on yourself and remains equally true now. The love that is arriving is not the reward for being good enough. It is simply what was always meant for you, arriving now in the form of someone who has done their own reckoning and emerged from it clear-eyed and ready to be the person you need them to be. Ready to stop letting fear write the ending of something that deserves to be given the chance to be extraordinary. Ready, finally fully, with both feet, to be here. The waiting is ending. And what is beginning is everything you kept believing in, even when the believing was the hardest thing you did all day. My dear soul, before you leave, stay with me for just one more moment. If these words stirred something deep inside your heart, if you felt even slightest whisper of hope while listening, then this message was meant for you. Right now, place your hand over your heart and speak these words aloud. I am chosen by God. I am deeply loved. I am not forgotten. My prayers are being heard. My breakthrough is coming. My story is not over. Say it again, and this time, don't just speak the words. Feel them. Let them reach the parts of your heart that have been carrying pain, disappointment, loneliness, and unanswered questions. Let them remind you that God sees every tear you've cried, every battle you've fought in silence, and every moment you felt like giving up. You may not understand everything that is happening right now, but heaven has not lost sight of you. God's hand is still upon your life. His timing is still perfect. His promises are still alive. Out. Hold on a little longer. Believe a little deeper. Trust a little more. The chapter you are living today is not the end of your story. And if this message touched your spirit, please share it with someone else. Somewhere, someone is carrying a burden they can no longer explain. Someone is praying for a sign, a word of hope, a reason to keep believing. Your share could be the answer to that prayer. If you feel led to help us continue spreading these faith-filled messages across the world, you can support this mission through a super thanks. Whether it is $5, $10, $20, or whatever God places on your heart, every contribution helps us reach more souls with encouragement, hope, and God's love. May the Lord bless you abundantly for your generosity. May He open doors no one can shut, bring peace where there has been worry, restore what has been broken, and fill your life with His divine favor. Thank you for being part of this growing family of faith. Together, we are shining light into dark places, lifting up weary hearts, and reminding the world that God's love never fails.